I don't know. What amazes me is the fact that this issue with him shocking his dog is what is uniting the left and the right. Because I know why. I understand, like, I dabble in armchair psychology. I know why this is what is upsetting people on both sides of the aisle. Not as terrorism supporting and cheering it on, not him going to an underage brothel, not him just being a piece of shit in general and being a communist and blah 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 blah. Like there's like I know why him abusing his dog is the reason that so many people are upset, and seems like the catalyst of possibly his decline. I don't think Twitch is going to do anything to him because it's Twitch and Dan Clancy is way too friendly with him. But the only way to really kill Hasan is either Twitch to die or his fans stop supporting him. And I do think this will knock at least a chunk of his fans away. I mean, I've heard he gets like 1 million people watching him at a time. So like, if that's true, it's not going to be a significant amount. But this is still like a catalyst for his decline, essentially. And I know why. People care more about animals than humans because animals are pure. It's a Western sentiment, but it's still the sentiment of the dominating Western culture, which we still technically have, despite the amount of immigrants we actually have. That animals are pure and innocent. They don't deserve any abuse, especially when it comes to dogs, which are super sweet and loyal. The only shitty dogs are pit bulls, but even then, like, they don't deserve to be mistreated. Dogs and animals, but like I said, especially dogs, mean a ton to Western culture. They're man's best friend. Seeing a dog be abused just ignites something deep within the Western world, once again, specifically because it is a Western sentimentality. That is important to mention here, because Hasan is a Turk. He might be living in California, but he is still a Turk and still a piece of shit. So he does not care. But it still just rubs me the wrong way that this is it. This is the issue. So I understand the logical aspect of things, but emotionally I'm just like, this is it? Really? Him abusing his dog? Really? Like, did you really expect anything else to come from this cockroach? It's Hasan Piker, the scum of the earth. You expect him to treat his dog well? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Where I'm just like, I don't know. I have the bar is not even in hell. It's melted away. There is no bar for how low Hasan Piker can sink, and so I just don't get it. He has too many media connections to ever really disappear. Otherwise, his 9/11 comments would have been enough. Oh yeah, I know. He's not going away. Like, this dog thing is still not gonna be the nail in the coffin for him. I'm well aware of that. But it is affecting his fan base. And that will help his decline and make it happen. One dog is greater than all third world combined. Oh, I agree. I 100% agree. I lose track of all the shitty things he does because, like I said, I just don't care because he's a piece of shit. At least I like to think I don't normally insult people by calling them disruptive to the conversation. Like, I'm not really one that likes to debate because I don't see the point in debating. But I also know that when you're constantly insulting your opponent, you're not making yourself look good and you're actually making yourself look really weak. And so I try not to insult them repeatedly. Maybe I'll say they're a piece of shit for doing this, but I'm not gonna just be a blatant statement, being like, this person's awful, I hate them, they're a cunt, blah blah blah. At least I try to avoid that, because I am aware that just weakens the argument. With Hasan Piker, there's no better person to blatant statement how bad he is. I just don't care about him. Everyone beats on he's a dead horse. He's quite literally a dead horse. Everyone beats on him. There's not too much more to say when it comes to issues related to him, in my opinion. I'm only really covering this because it's still a developing story, and I do think that in this one case, I actually have something different to say, but I still see him as a dead horse. It's like, and so I just do not care. So, while I was gone last week, a clip came out of Hasan Piker's dog Kaya yelping after he appeared to reach for something while telling her to get back in her place. Should probably actually turn off the audio here for the clip. There we go.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom. No, she doesn't want to come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got to roam the house when I was gone. And she needs to literally have the same structured, regimented. I think that clip went to Trump's big baby desk immediately. I hate everything. I hate everything.
So I actually didn't watch this clip beforehand. I didn't pre-watch this. I just saw it around Twitter. I know I said earlier on stream about like how I understand that I'm sure psychology why people care more about the dog than like other priorities is why Hasan Piker's a piece of shit. Hearing his dog yelp like that, especially and how angry and annoyed he looks, and how his like and his tone of voice while he's talking about this is really infuriating. It really strikes your heart pretty hard hearing his dog yelp like that.
It's just, Jesus Christ. Reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you?
Like, she's a dog. She's just getting up to maybe get more comfortable again, maybe get some water, maybe something. I don't know. She's a fucking dog, not a prop like he wants her to be. She's just stretching, like she's a fucking dog. Like, and you're acting like she is a tool essentially, which in a way dogs are, right? Certain dogs are bred to do certain things, and so there is an argument for that to a certain extent. But to lay there for 6 hours on end is not it. Like, working dogs are usually like the shepherds, that take care take care of the sheep, or the hunting dogs, the terriers, hell, even chihuahuas would hunt down rats and be used for that. Like, dogs usually have a purpose, and that's why they were bred to be a certain way. They were not bred to be props for a stream, and yet that's how she's treated as. And it's so obvious because there's people on the left that were trying to defend him because when she yelps, her it looks like her paw gets kind of stuck there on the bed or something like that, like she got her dew claw. I mean, I don't believe that, but if we're going to steel man that argument, have you maybe considered that when he clearly reaches over to grab something right there, and you can see him looking down, that maybe she also hit her dew claw on there as well because she was scared from the jolt of the shot collar, because it's obviously a shot collar, and she just looks so sad. If somebody has the audacity for the puppy emote to come up there for the subs, it's just horrible timing. And his whole demeanor the whole time, it's just he does not give a shit about her at all, which is not that surprising. Once again, Hasan Piker is a Turk. He doesn't. They see dogs as tools. You technically shouldn't put animals higher than humans on the morality scale. Does it stop people? No. Does it stop me? No. I care about my dog a lot. And, buddy, if anything were to happen to him, I'd be absolutely devastated. He means the world to me. But logically, humans should be technically above dogs. But you also still shouldn't mistreat dogs in any way, shape, or form. Because they're still pure, innocent animals that are very loyal and sweet. They just don't deserve to be like this. I've heard this breed of dog is a herd watchdog. However, 6-7 hours without water is torture. 100%. Like, I'm not sure what kind of breed this dog is. I've heard this is a purebred, and that he was actually, when he was looking at dogs, there's a clip floating around out there, and I forgot to grab it. But there's a clip floating out around there of him searching for a dog for Kaya, essentially. And people were telling him not to get a purebred because of how many health issues they have. But he didn't care. He cared more about the fact that it's a purebred. And it's like, it's infuriating. Once again, infuriating. Yeah, so Hasan notices the shock dog collar remote on his stream.
I'm gonna put the Y shot. Boom.
Yes, again. Hi, Jack. Go to the camera, huh?
No.
Think about going outside.
You can't make that shit up. I mean, I can barely tell that it's a remote for a shot collar, but I don't have a shot collar for my dog because I don't need one for him. He's a chihuahua. He's a lap dog. Plus, I don't use him as a prop on stream. I just move it out of the way there, and then tell her to don't even think about going outside. I'm gonna probably say something a little bit controversial because I am a country girl to a certain extent. I live out in the country. And I'm used to a concept called outside dogs. I actually remember there used to be I saw a Twitter discourse a long time ago at this point talking about outside dogs and how cruel it is to have an outside dog. And I just kind of sat there being like, listen, I get the sympathy, right? I get the emotional appeal for it. There are dogs that are meant to be outside dogs, like huskies. I've seen so many pictures and hear stories about how many huskies just love to lay out there in the snow and they're perfectly content. That's their happiest place in the world. And when you have outside dogs, shot collars actually aren't that bad. I'm actually not against shot collars. However, do I like them? Not particularly, no. But they do have their use. When you have an outside dog, which is usually a working dog or a big dog like this, they need to be outside and have a free range. But they're still a dog, and some of them are easier to train than others. And one good way to train them of where their boundary is through a shot collar. So I don't actually have a huge problem with shot collars. Do I like it? Not particularly. But there is use there for a shot collar. Kaya is a big dog. If the chatter is correct that she's a type of herding breed, you know where she should be? Outside. Then he could have the shot collar. Like, then you can have the shot collar for the outside dog. Like, and then there should be a way, like, and I do think that once the dog has been trained not to go outside its boundary, because then you can take the shot collar off because it's already been trained not to go outside its boundary, so you don't need it constantly on there. But that's where I would be, okay, yeah, her having a shot collar is actually not that big of a deal. There's also different settings you can make for the shot collar for, like, low versus too high amount of shock. And the high shock is for, like, really stubborn and thick-skinned dogs. I still don't like that personally either. But once again, I see its use. But this is not the case. This is not the case for Kaya to have a shot collar. She's literally just used as a prop to lay there for 6 hours roughly on stream. She can't even get up the stretch or to get water or to do anything. She doesn't need a shot collar at all. In fact, she should be allowed to wander the house. And to say I don't even dare to go think about going outside. It's just wild to me. Wild. Like my chihuahua, his favorite spot is to lay in bed with me. That's his absolute favorite spot. But when I'm streaming, he likes to go sleep in his cage and wait for me to be over. And then sometimes he comes down here and sleeps under the desk, or or he just waits for me to get back on bed. But he's allowed to wander the house. And then my dad's German Shepherd is also allowed to wander the house when she's not outside. So because she does have mostly outside access, because she's a big dog, because they should be outside. And no, she doesn't have a shot collar, by the way, chat. Just for the record, she doesn't. But they're not laying down, forced to lay down for hours on end. And not even to move to get water. What the fuck? Shot collars to keep them on the property, not to sit still for propagate hours. Exactly. Like, cause when this discourse began last week, I did see people say that he was cruel for using a shot collar. Like I said, I don't really like shot collars myself personally, but I do see the use. I'm not actually fully against them. When you're using it to make her a prop for hours on end, that's a different story. Like, I volunteered in shelters, and I'd say shot collars are very ineffective. Chances are you will actually end up slowing down the training by using it. There are better alternatives to boundary training. I would like to know those alternatives, because like I said, I'm not like a super huge fan of shot collars, because it does put a twinge in my chest, the thing about a dog being, hurt like that. But I've seen it work. It's pretty effective. It's my family has used it. My extended family out here to use shot colors for dogs, and they are effective. Do I like them? Like I said, not really, but they are effective when you have big dogs in the country, and you want to give them the range because they should be running out in the yard, playing ball, frisbee, or just having that freedom. But they're still a dog. They're still going to, get curious, chase a squirrel, run out of their boundary, and you don't want them to get hit by a car. You don't want them running away and getting lost, right? So I do see the use for it, but this is not the case for her at all. I've heard several people who train dogs say definitely has the settings way too high. I mean, yeah, she's fucking yelping from it, and this is not the first time he's used it on her. Then yeah, that's a really high setting to make her yelp. Like, you're probably gonna get a yelp the first couple times when you use a shot collar because the dog's not used to it, and once again, it's not pleasant. To make her yelp like that, that's probably the highest setting, more than likely. Oh, there's also a clip, and I didn't get that one either, too. Fuck. That I saw about how he had a guest on for one of his streams, and it was a woman, and she couldn't even get her finger through the collar, because when you have a collar, regardless of the shot collar or not, you're supposed to get a couple fingers through the collar and the neck to make sure that they can breathe properly and it's not on too tight, and she couldn't even get a finger. You keep in mind, she's like a relatively skinny woman, and a woman, and she can't even get a finger under the Kaya's collar. Like, that collar's on way too tight as well. Like, the list of animal abuse Hasan has done to Kaya alone is endless at this point. I met actual specialists and they don't recommend it. We use a reward-based method and it was usually enough. Not all breeds benefit from negative stimulus training. I can see that working out, especially with the whole not all breeds, and honestly not all dogs either, because you're gonna get different personalities regardless of the breed. That does make sense. And if you can use an alternative method, then great. Because that would be better than a shot collar. Yeah, in my opinion. What living with Hasan does for a motherfucker. So this is her as a puppy, apparently. Look how fucking cute and happy she is. She's so fucking fluffy. I want to pet and hold her so much. She's a bigger dog than I prefer, but you know what? I still want to pet her. I still want to hug her. I still want to give her all the love and attention she deserves. But apparently this is her now. Like, she doesn't even look healthy. I don't know what type of breed it is, she is, so I don't know how they're supposed to look, but that is a lot of skin. Like, and I can see this happening because her collar is too tight. Because when you do have a collar on a dog that's too tight, then their skin gets displaced, and it starts lumping up in different areas. And like, she's just got a lot of skin and fur all around her neck area. Because I do believe the collar is way too tight. This does not look like a healthy dog, and she definitely does not look happy at all. Why would she even take a picture of her dog like this? I don't know the context around this picture. Maybe she was sick and needed to go to the vet. I'm giving too much credit to Hasan here, but like, this is not a happy dog. She literally looks sad and depressed in this picture. I would never take a picture of my dog looking like this, because that's just depressing. If anything, I'd be like, if I see my dog like this, I'll be trying to cheer him up and play with him or something, right? It was like, that's not a happy dog. It's just so depressing. Look, so cute, so fluffy, so happy. To that, it's just, I can't imagine seeing my dog like that. Actually, my dog doesn't like me streaming, I'll be honest. Like I said, he goes up into his cage and he just sleeps there. And no, he's not locked in his cage or anything like that. He can willingly go to and fro and get water and food and whatever. He just likes to sleep there. Because I don't want to put him up on the bed. I know he would prefer the bed, but I don't want to put him up on the bed because I don't want him jumping down, because he is older and I don't want anything to happen to him. And so I know he's not happy just being there while I stream. But that is a dog laying there on the floor and she looks depressed. Go to the clips of her here. And she still just looks depressed. There's a difference between a dog not, being able to cuddle when they want because you're a busy human, and constantly laying down in one spot and not actually being pets or getting any attention, not being able to get water, not being able to get food for long periods of time, and actually straight up being abused. A huge fucking difference there. Huge fucking difference. And I can guarantee you his son is abusing his dog, because everything else is pointing to that. Dogs can smile like people do? Yes. Dogs have emotions. I remember when I was in Catholic school, there was a debate between the kids and the teachers on whether or not dogs have souls and emotions, and the teachers like, no, dogs don't do that because they're older. But like, you cannot tell me when you look at a dog, you cannot see the emotion. Like literally, what do you think the wagging of the tail does? Like the drooping of the ears? Like they literally have body language to show their mood and emotion. You can tell when a dog is happy. It's pretty obvious, and it's absolutely fucking adorable. Like, when I come upstairs when I'm done streaming, my dog comes out and he runs circles around me, and then likes to nip at my heels because he wants to play, and then I play with him. And like, he's absolutely ecstatic. This is not a happy dog. From the fence to the tree, Kaya must be free. I feel like I've never tightened the collar to a point where I wouldn't be able to get all 4 fingers into it when I would need access to his leash loop. Not being able to get a single finger in is insane. Yeah, and it's a woman too. A skinny woman not being able to get her finger in around the collar. That's crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. I'm surprised it wasn't more of an issue before when Kaya didn't move on stream for hours on end. Granted, I care so little for Hasan, I don't even know he had a dog. Well, most people, one, on the right, focus on Hasan just being a piece of shit when he talks about supporting terrorists and Antifa, or going to the child brothel, and, you know, the underage brothel, sorry. There's a difference between the two. You know, etc, etc. You know, once a week, some viral clip of Hasan goes about him saying something shitty, but nobody on the right actually really watches his streams, and the people on the left that do watch his streams just don't care. They're there to listen to him yap about whatever he's talking about. And honestly, it's not exactly abnormal for a dog to lay there for about 4 hours or 6 hours on average, depending on the breed. But then I'm mostly using my Chihuahua as reference because he is a lap dog. Like, he goes outside, he runs around, he likes to play. But like I said, his favorite spot is laying on my lap in bed, and he will stay there for ages. But then he'll also reposition and get comfortable and move. And Kaya can't even do that. Literally, she gets up and just to rearrange herself. And he yells at her and then shocks her. She can't even do that. And then, but to stop my yapping for a minute. He does show off Kaya's collar, claiming that it's just for vibration. I don't believe him at all. Of course, this is the day after that clip went viral, and so he could have gotten a new one. It could be a different one. He could have taken the prongs off. Whatever the case is, though, there's some proof to the prong theory.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good. There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime, and it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost, you are able to, it emits a sound, okay?
Famous empty chair from Hasan. Of course, the dog's gone now. She's always there for all her streams. But she's gone now as he's talking about this. I mean, he goes and get her, but still.
There are days where Kaya doesn't wear a collar. There are days where she wears a different collar, okay? This, in and of itself, doesn't actually work in the way that you think it does, okay? Here, this is the flashlight, okay? And this is when it vibrates.
Why can't I see your hands, Hasan? Why can't I see your hands? What are you doing with it? I know you're fidgeting with it, but what are you actually fidgeting with it after all? Because there are shock collars out there that also have vibration modes as well. Poor doggo. And then shout out to, I forgot the latest tweet. Shout out to Zozaste, who took a 1080 clip from Hasan's Switch channel and increased the brightness and contrast himself. To make it easy, make it obvious, he put electrical tape on this. Oh god.
Are you happy?
So this is at 90% brightness, 70% contrast. Air gap where the tape passes over divots on the device, tape line. So this is just a vibration collar, huh? 10% speed forward and backward. Yeah, that's obviously tape on there. As he pretends that it's just a vibration collar. But it just doubles down on it.
Used to train fucking like service dogs and shit. They think it's like dog abuse in general. That's part of the reason why so many trainers have come out and been like, you guys are wrong. Like, shock collars are not like tasing the dog. It's like a TENS machine. I have literally fucking shocked myself in the past. Like, so people are just like oblivious to that in general. So wait, hold up. Oh, we got a discount code that Jeremy sent me. Okay, I'm gonna have Jeremy Scale on later today as well. Yes, thank you. Shock collars are not wrong. I mean, they can be used in a wrong way for sure. Stop saying they don't understand. Yeah, we use an e-collar on our hunting dog. I've shocked myself. It's for his safety when hunting. Like people don't understand because like a lot of people think that it's just you're not supposed to train your dogs at all. You're just supposed to let them fucking roam, not realizing that like dogs need structure. They need to work. They need to be like very active. They need to get that out of their fucking system. And not only that, but also in an effort to train them, a lot of the literally the disability dogs, the service dogs get fucking e-collar trained with like a what you would call a shock collar.
Yeah, well, but I know he's just trying to justify himself because there's a difference between actually using a shock collar to build the structure and stability for safety, like I was saying earlier, and using a dog as a prop. And he's just trying to snake his way out of it.
Vanilla May say, hi Kaya. Yeah, it's so even like the most maximalist position that people think happened is not even a remotely controversial incident. It's just like I was not even angry at Kai. I was just fucking angry at the situation of my internet being cut out, and I just had a fucking shitty moment. It is what it is, you know? It was something that I also recognized as well. It was just awful. They are wrong. The leading animal behavior organizations oppose them. You guys are spreading misinformation right now.
Like I said, not saying shock collars are great. Don't really like agreeing with Hasan because I know he's just trying to snake his way out of it. But he just doubles down on it. But then there's just, then he's got a clip of him saying he trained Kaya to sit on for hours on end.
And also, one of the parts of this training is also supposed to put her, like, we're using the elevated bed, as you guys can see. And one of the things with the elevated bed is that she has a leash on right now on the elevated bed, so she can't like really get off of it. So she now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end.
See, that's not natural. Like that's not good at all. Just to train your dog to sit there for hours and hours and hours on end, especially a big dog like that. She's not a lap dog. Lap dogs are called lap dogs for a reason because they're perfectly content to lay there on your lap 4 hours on end. Though they do need to still go outside and play and be active. But if you wanted a dog that just lays there for most of the day, then you should get a lap dog because that's what they mostly do after all. Kaya's a big dog. She's not like that. And to put her on a leash so she gets trained to lay there for hours on end. What happened to her being very active after Hasan Piker? Huh? Because that doesn't seem like she's very active at all. And then there's, more clips of him abusing his dog.
Underpaying, hiring not enough people, and overworking the people that you have hired is absolute garbage. Did you compare this to the Japanese airport experience? Yeah, the Japanese airport experience is like everything works, everything is fast. Kaya, place.
She's just
Get back there. What is this?
Hold on. See, he goes and reaches and grabs for something.
There. What is this?
Like she's just getting up and sniffing. She's not getting up and peeing on the floor or taking a shit or trying to chew anything. She just got up to sniff whatever prop he's got in the background, and he yells at her to go back. How is this bad? If anything, that's good for stream. I mean, that might keep some people's eyes away from looking at him specifically, and actually look at the dog because there's movement in the background. But like they can still listen to him talk. I'm sure there's plenty of people that just have him on as background noise. After all, like she doesn't. As long as she's not doing anything bad, she's just getting up and stretching and sniffing. Look how fucking depressed. Look how fucking sad she is. Holy fuck. Oh god. Okay, my tail is kind of in the way. Hold on. I just want to reach out and hold her. Ugh. Can you imagine how bad this piece of shit would abuse his kids if he had him? I don't even want to think about it. Because this is all that we see on stream, keep in mind. This is all that we see on whatever he's willing to do on stream, which he's willing to say and do a lot on stream, keep in mind. I hate to see how she gets treated behind closed doors, and I bet kids would be awful. I'm glad he doesn't have kids. Like, he doesn't deserve them at all. He shouldn't have them. Like, it's just, nope. I mean, she started whipping shit up. I get it. Yeah, like, she's, like, if she was actually being a bad dog, then, yeah, then you correct her because she's being a bad dog. but she's just sniffing. She's just walking around, sniffing. And there's more clips.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Well, that's the main clip there. My apologies.
A commemorative mug I got from England. Commemorative mug I got from England, specifically. I got.
So she's still lying in the bed, still within shot, just a different position. He's talking.
From England.
Pauses, reaches for something. All of a sudden, she gets up.
Commemorative mug I got from England, specifically.
And lays back in the spot that she's supposed to be. Why would she do that? Well, that just seems a little bit of more suspicious timing there. Like, she's still within the shot. Like, she's just... I mean, she still looks sad and laying there like a prop. But she's still laying in bed. She's not wandering around sniffing things. You know, how dare the dog get up and stretch? Nope, but in the right spot. So... We're gonna pause mid-sentence, reach for something, all of a sudden she moves again.
That Macron's wife is a pedophile. Because if you were to say that, nobody could actually attack you because she actually is a pedophile. But
I'm gonna go with the clipper that there's a water ball. I don't frankly know if there's one there or not, because I will fully admit I don't watch Hasan other than the clips that go viral for him. But still, she's getting up. She's looking at him. She wants something, because when your dog randomly gets up from laying down and they look at you, they want something.
instead of doing that, you had to go the extra step and make up some insane shit, you know? Assassination. There always will be. There always will be, like, people poking holes in the official narrative, and the official narrative is murky, and I don't...
Like, she clearly won something. This is pissing me off, because, I mean, the whole entire situation is pissing me off. But, like, once again, dogs communicate via body language. You can tell what a dog wants through their body language. Yeah, they can't speak English, but doesn't take a genius to figure out what a dog wants when they use their body language to communicate to you what they want. When they get up from laying down and they look at you and they're standing there awkwardly and they keep on looking at you, they want something. In this case, it looks like the water bowl from what they're saying for the clip. Could be wanting to go outside. Or maybe they just want attention. Regardless, she really wants something and he's just ignoring her.
Discount that at all. It's just that if we're going to scrutinize the official narrative, we also need to scrutinize the counter narratives. And the counter narratives are the ones that are at least coming.
And another thing about dogs too is that you can use body language to communicate to them as well. Like you can just look at the dog upset, and they know that you're upset with them because body language. Obviously, we can't see his face exactly between the text and the fact that he's looking away, but he looks at her. He probably has a mean look, you know, basically telling her that she's being a bad dog. And all of a sudden, you know, he stops talking.
And the counter narrative,
she lays back down again.
Are the ones that are at least coming from Candace Owens. Some of them have new information that maybe the public previously had not acknowledged or knew about, but a lot of the counter narratives are just like crazy. Like, oh, there's actually a separate hole in the ground, and like it was a Jewish tunnel that you know, someone popped out of, or it's just
okay. I'm more focusing on the dog. I'm not fully listening to what he's talking about because I'm reading this and more paying attention to the dog and, you know, his body language. Jewish tunnels. I know he's talking about Candace Owens basically saying that everything's the Jews. Ugh. Okay, I probably should be laughing over with the topic that we're talking about right now about him abusing his dog, but
it's too far-fetched for it to be potentially real. To put it simply, Candace Owens is a politics and drama YouTuber who warps celebrity news and true crime to fit primarily transphobic and anti-Semitic narratives. She also denies the Holocaust and says the real ethnic cleansing was of Germans. She's a grifter. Yeah, it's funny to see like a black woman do the whole like the Bolsheviks did the real genocide of Christians. Like, why doesn't anybody talk about that? It's like, bro, you are literally a black woman. Like, that is crazy.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Candace Owens, but heaven forbid she leaves the plantation.
Because that is like, oh, the Jews are responsible for the death of like 60 million Christians narrative is like a white supremacist one. Like, that's not even your gripe. You know what I mean? That's not a conversation that you're a part of.
She gets up again. She wants something. It's so obvious. It's so fucking obvious. Like, this dog is abused, right? Like, it's pretty easy to tell that she's abused. So the fact that she is trying to communicate to him that she actually wants something, even though she knows that she shouldn't, because she can tell how sad and fearful she is, was why earlier on she was just kind of standing there looking at him for a chance to be like, okay, come on. And then he reaches out for something.
At all. It's also a ridiculous statement to begin with, because, like, you know, the Bolsheviks are goated, obviously, and you know what Christians were doing, what white Christians were doing to black women at the same time frame was not great, to say the least. Down. What?
Fuck me. Back when my dog would be in here when I was streaming, because like after I played the first Dead Space, I accidentally scarred him from coming in here, which I still feel really bad about, because me screaming over being terrified watching playing the game did unfortunately scare him, and that's why he likes to go upstairs and sleep in his cage these days, which I fully recognize is my fault, and I didn't realize it at the time. But when he was in here, he would, every once in a while, he would let me know, hey, I want to go outside, or I want to do something. And so I would pause the stream, and, and then I would let him outside, and then I would play for him a little bit, and then we'd get back and comfortable again, and it'd be fine. So to see a dog just so desperately want something, right? Maybe it's the water bowl, maybe it's to go outside, maybe it's just attention, but still, your dog wants something. It is your responsibility as the owner to take care of your dog and make sure they're happy and healthy. That's not a healthy and happy dog, and he's not a good owner at all. Fucking a piece of shit person. Suppose the Bolsheviks were goaded. Someone put him in a shot collar. He would probably like that a bit too much. Actually, he did say in one of the clips that he has used a shot collar before. So, we're gonna need something much stronger for him personally. And we got more clips!
Hey, out. My niece said they all say gay now and the R word. I'm shook. Wait, what do you mean? That's never stopped. That was the case when we were young. Hey, out. Place. Kaya, place. Go.
Obviously, it's an older clip, as you can tell based off the setup of the room and the bed. This might be around the time that she first originally got her. Not exactly sure on this part, but she still wants attention.
Go. No, place. Enough of this madness.
She actually looks a lot smaller. Look. Yeah, she looks a lot smaller. So this is definitely around pretty early on after he got her.
People have never stopped saying gay and R word. It went away, then it came back. Really? It went away?
Yeah, it technically went away on Twitter for a brief period of time, Hasan. You were dominant during that time period. You should know that the R word, the retard slur, was considered terrible and evil. So, but this has been within the discourse for so many days and has angered so many people that even Fox News reported on Collargate with Hasan Piker.
Far left's most popular influencer, Hasan Piker, doesn't just hate America, he also doesn't like dogs either. A video is going viral of Piker allegedly abusing his pup, Kayla, with a shock collar. Warning, this could be disturbing.
I hate this country so much, but it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America... Kaya, please just stop.
Now, Piker denies that he hurt his dog, and it looks like the left continues to drool over him. The Big Weekend Show first told...
I'm sorry. I can't... I know it's not exactly the first time Fox News has but has talked about Hasan Piker before. But it still amazes me that this, Gen X guy in a suit on national television is talking about Hasan Piker! I don't know. It's just I'm so used to Fox News being like boomer media. Like, it's good for different articles and you get different clips, especially when it comes to like talking about Trump and different things. But to have Fox News actually talk about Hasan Piker just is wild to me. It's like the world's colliding on issues here. Like, a big part of the cultural force. I mean, he probably does bot his viewers because one, most of the left bots, and two, a lot of big name streamers bot their viewers anyways. But if he truly has, hundreds of thousands of people watching him, or and like I said, I've heard like up to 1 million, and he's got a massive fan base. Even though the dominance like says I am part of right wing Twitter, quote unquote, even though like it seems like in my silo of the internet a lot of people hate him, he does actually have a decent amount of support and fan base. And obviously, he is related to Cenk Uygur, who owns the Young Turks, and the Young Turks are they're not nowhere near as big as Fox News, but they used to be a lot more popular back in the day, back when the left was rising in power, like 10 years ago with Gamergate and everything. But the Young Turks do have a decent amount of cultural power as well when it comes to the left, and his connections to Cenk helps a lot. He is a big name, so it makes sense that Fox News talks about him. It's still weird to me that Fox News is talking about him. I don't know, it just seems weird. I 100% understand people's anger about the situation. People though talking about it are borderline obsessive about Hasan and say weird Bible verses every second on Twitter. Only Asmon is normal. I don't know what exactly you're talking about in that context because pretty much everybody's talking about this issue, left and right. Like he's losing support from his own audience about this issue. So it's not just like the people on the Christian right with the Bible verses. Personally, so I'm not exactly sure what you're referencing there. It's everybody's dogpilling on him. It's Hasan Piker. You get the raid spray out for the roach.
Told you about this guy back in May. The New York Times did a glowing piece on him and called him the Joe Rogan of the left, which
oh god, I remember that.
I don't really follow him that much, but I can tell you he's not the Joe Rogan of the left. But let's start with you, Tommy. When you hear a dog yelp, I mean, you watch the video, and I'm a dog lover, so I'm having trouble being unbiased about this. He says that the collar was just a vibrating one and that he didn't do it. But you see him ranting about hating America when he sees his dog gets off the bed, which I presume is his prop for hours of this podcast. And he reaches for something. And the next thing you know, the dog's like, bah!
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a bed or a treadmill back there. I was trying to see what it was. There's a lot of tchotchkes in there, I guess they would call it, just sitting around. It's hard to see what it is here. I would never use a shock collar on an animal. I mean, as you know, and Joey, I'm like probably the biggest animal lover here, maybe even more so than Griff. We'd have to fight over that. But again, I can't.
Okay. Not the rag on Fox News because they're like the only conservative mainstream outlet. I don't really like Fox News all that much. Like I said, I find it boomer media, but they are not terrible for the time. I do hate the fake. I know it's national television, it's cable. I just hate the fake way that they talk. Like, oh, we're all friends here, we're just gonna have to fight over who's the biggest animal lover after all. It's just a little gripe. I know that's not the topic at hand. It's just how they formulate their sentences and their tone of voice. It's just, how do people watch this? I mean, I know mainstream media has been dying rapidly in the past 10 to 15 years alone, and basically only boomers watch it, like my dad. My dad loves watching Fox News clips. It's better than CNN, so I can't rag on him too much either. But still. But I listened to this and I'm just like, everything is so crafted, and I can't stand it. But that's me.
Get over him saying how he hates this country so much, and then you allegedly shock your dog. And this is the guy the left is like, this is our guy. This is the guy, they call him the one that's going to communicate to the manosphere, the leftist values for the manosphere. He is, the answer to the right. And
I don't have that clip. But I mean, we can bring back the bro. What do you call it? Before Hasan Piker started doing his left-wing stuff, which he's been doing this for years, so I don't exactly want to call it a grift, but way before he became a commie streamer, he tried being like this professor. That's what he called it. The professor. And so he would sit there and act all masculine and cool and be like, "Yo, this is how you get bitches, man. You know, you just gotta do X, Y, Z, and this is how you get all the hoes." So like, if he brings back the professor, then maybe he could be the manosphere of the left. But I have a feeling the left doesn't actually want the professor to come back because he likes to objectify women after all, and talk about if chicks have dicks and how horrible that would be. I remember that one article about him being a leftist in a MAGA body or whatever they called it. Yeah, there was like this. Maybe it's the New York Times. That the article they were talking about, because I knew there was. I think, or was it like Slate or something like that. I remember the New York Times one. This might be the same one I'm remembering, but there's a puff piece that was done of him a few months ago. I know Arch and Sargon covered it on the Stanford Bridge, and it talked about him like doing HRT and for his testosterone, and it had all these like weird, very gay model shots of him as well. Like they're not gonna get the leftist in a MAGA body truly from him. Like it's just fake show muscle. Fake show muscle. His head is so much tinier for the rest of his body. But the professor, though, basically said the left is so boys, oh mayo. Yeah, I mean, it's just the left admitting their faults again. Another day that ends with why. It's just hilarious. He can't throw a punch. Oh yeah, that's why he's not gonna go against Sam Piker. Samide. Once again, Hasan Piker! I'm going to kill you! In the ring. No! In real life! He fears the Candyman. Democrats for the rest of the world sinners or center right wing? Are you saying the Democrats or center right wing to the rest of the world? Because I disagree with that. They're pretty radical left regardless of where you go, unless it's Europe, but Europe's a little bit of a different story.
Conservatism. If that's their answer, is it any wonder young men are more conservative than ever?
I mean, she technically kind of has a point there, but I think it's a bigger issue than Hasan Piker as for why so many young men are right leaning. It's a laundry list of issues. Like, let's see, not being able to get a girlfriend, women being crazy, not being able to get a job because they're discriminated against in the workplace. Going to college, can't barely go to college either, being sent to die for endless wars. Just being thrown on the bus constantly, feminism in general. I think there's a lot of issues as to why men aren't conservative, and then Hasan Piker being the figurehead of the left. But there's a reason why they can't actually get a figurehead for men on the left, because there's nothing the left offers that appeals to young men. Nothing. The whole entire left framework is just a shit on men. That they're scum of the earth. They're lower on the totem pole of the victim hierarchy. We must praise and lift up the black trans woman in a wheelchair that also happens to be non-binary too, because trans and non-binary are now the same thing when they're technically different. It's the list goes on and on and on. You're not gonna get your figurehead for the left for masculine ideals, or no matter what you do. And this is the day Amal became a Fujoshi. No, that was years ago. I was a bit more of a Fujoshi back in my Tumblr days. In fact, actually, right before stream, I saw that I was a big fan of these YouTubers called Dana's on Fire and Amazing Phil. I was obsessed with them for years. And drew fan art for them, blah 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 blah, typical thing. And I shipped them heavily together because they lived together and they were obviously gay for each other, and it was blatantly obvious. And then a few years ago, they came out both admitting that they're gay, but they didn't admit that they've been in a relationship. And apparently, right before a stream, they've admitted that they were in a relationship for the past 16 years. And everybody's like, yeah, we knew. It was so obvious. Men want the party that lets them laugh at jokes, say retarded, and play Stellar Blade. It's really that simple, and the left still hasn't gotten smart. Yeah. They just wanted to grill. They just wanted to play their video games. And then they went after it back during Gamergate 15 fucking years ago. And things have only gotten worse since. People want their country back. People want to have families. Men want to have families. The women are a different story. But somebody even in the Reddit thread made a post saying, "Free Kaya." What's up with Hasan always getting upset with Kaya not laying down on her bed? Why can't she just wander around? Let's wander around like any other household pet. At least every house pet I've ever had. Okay, clearly a foreigner. But you know what? Sure, good question. Good question here. Now, if you actually click the link, it's been removed by the moderator. This was a year ago. But there is an archive of it. And then they have just a bunch of excuses within there. I have a big dog who had high energy levels, so I hope this provides some clarity. Trainers recommend a place for training for high energy dogs fairly often. That and what Hasan's doing falls in line with that training method. I don't think I have it in me at the moment to explain the process in full length, but basically certain dogs can exercise as much as possible, get tons of mental stimulation, be totally healthy, and still have unexplainably high energy levels. That's because they're a big dog, and so letting them wander around the house is a good way for them to just do whatever they want instead of just making them lay down forever as a prop. There's a difference. Maybe make her an outside dog then. In that case, I recommend your dog to learn the place command because it starts as a task. Dogs love doing tasks for treats typically, and eventually teaches them to self-soothe and relax. Ultimately, their energy comes from their inability to chill themselves out on their own, and a lot of dogs don't develop that skill on their own, which is why not every dog needs place training. Over time, they associate their place, like Kaya's bed, with relaxation time, while also associate it with task completion through training. Basically, place is a positive thing for them mentally. See, okay, this actually makes sense to me. I could understand this argument, well, because I have heard of dogs that are so high level that they can't chill themselves out. But there's a difference between learning how to associate a place so they can relax versus using a shot collar on your dog to make her stay there, yelling at her repeatedly, and ignoring her when she wants attention. Where's that clip where she wants attention? Is it this one? Yeah, it looks like this one. Like she clearly wants something, and he still yells at her to go lay down. Granted, I'm not sure when this clip is, but I think it's a lot sooner than a year ago from when this Reddit post was. But there's still a massive difference. Still a massive fucking difference. The totally healthy, big, full of energy dog stays in the same place for 4+ hours, and this is part of normal training learners LMAO. I guess it'd be one thing if they just need to learn a relaxation place for a few hours. But 4+ hours, because Hasan streams for like 4 to 6 hours, and sometimes longer than that. Yells at her, uses a shot collar. She looks super sad and depressed. Like this is not just this excuse doesn't work in this context at all. And once again, if she's truly one of these high energy dogs, which she clearly is, she needs to be an outside dog then, or at least be able to wander the house. Like what's wrong with her actually wandering and not shit and piss everywhere? They can go from different places of relaxation, and get water and food. The Kaya can't even get water and food, for fuck's sakes. Like it's this excuse doesn't work for Hasan at all. And apparently, well, I think he said in the past that some vet told him that it's not good for her bones or something. I remember him saying that her mat is better for her. I'm no dog expert at all, but I've heard that big dogs tend to have health-related issues with their hips and stuff, which is true. But she's still relatively young as far as I'm aware. She can still exercise, she can still play. As she gets older, she will eventually have problems. And certain breeds will have certain proclivities depending on the issue. But she's still only a few years old. She can play, she can wander, she can do things. Like, well, when she gets 10 years old, then she'll have issues with her hip. But not now. Not now. She's like, what? How many years old? She's only a few. So, Pokemon and Lily Pichu announced that they have canceled their scheduled podcast episode with Hasan. I did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. But apparently the episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it would cause drama, and also posted the statement without my approval. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode, and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. This is hilarious to me, because at first, when the Deserto made this statement about not really Deserto, but when they reported on this, about the Pokemon and Lily Pichu announced that they canceled their scheduled podcast with Hasan, it was like, okay, so even they don't want to be associated with him after abusing his dog. Makes sense, right? Dog abuse, pretty fucking bad. Nope, the staff actually thought they had the foresight to try to prevent drama from happening. Getting fired. Because some part of staff was trying to do the right thing for Pokemon's images, by the way. Like, by canceling it, because going on the show with Hasan would cause drama for her. Why are you supporting an animal abuser? Blah, 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 blah. Granted, this also causes drama for her too, because then it shows how bad Hasan is. But I'm sure they can probably repair things behind the scenes if it really came down to it. But no, she's totally okay with animal abuse. Granted, she's already okay with everything else Hasan has said and done, so not that shocking. And now somebody's gonna get fired. This woman is still streaming, holy shit. I mean, yeah, she's got her simps. I think she's declined in popularity. I don't see her as around as much or as relevant as much, but she's got her simps. She's a female streamer. By default, when you're a female streamer, you're going to get simps, whether you show your flesh post like she does or you get pixel skin. They're all pieces of shit. It's in my eyes. I really don't like them at all. I just see e-thought number 1553 and I just like ignore. And then there's another clip that's been floating around about Hasan's old dog, once again proving that he's still an animal abuser because he pulls the dog's tail. Why are you pulling a dog's tail? I have a feeling this is gonna be really loud, so I'm gonna turn this down real quick.
Fucker, come here. Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Stay.
I know dogs can't fully understand humans. Like, they can sense the tone and they can learn different words and commands for different things. But to tell your dog that I'm gonna fucking kill you right in front of everyone while you're pulling their tail. He don't even have words to say. I don't have words to fucking say.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like,
oh my god, I didn't even notice that the first time around. He literally lifts the dog up by this little harness thingy. Why would you do that? Don't do that either. I mean, pulling the tail is probably worse, but that's not. No. Holy fuck.
Kill you, okay? In front of everyone.
Come here. Hey, stay. No, come here.
Hey.
Okay, I know they're slowing it down, but his voice sounds so. I can't take it seriously when this voice sounds like that slowed down. Hey, motherfucker!
Fucker, come here. Stay. No, come here.
Like, don't pull its tail. Oh, don't fucking pull its tail. Don't lift it by its harness. Don't say you're gonna kill it in front of everybody on stream like that. Like, no. There's so many things wrong. These are only the clips I've seen that's been resurfaced from his old dog before Kaya. Once again, I hate to imagine how he actually treats his dogs offside the camera. Because, yeah, that causes so many spinal issues. Yeah, like, the dog's tail is extremely important to the dog's body. Once again, because body language, I know I feel like I said that a lot this time about body language. But, like, it's literally connected to their fucking spine. Like, and you yank it like that, that causes spinal issues. And, of course, then it's gonna still wag its tail and look happy because it wants attention. Because dogs are pure innocent creatures, and even when they're abused, they still want to love and trust and have affection from their owner. You actually see this in human abuse as well. It's, Stockholm syndrome, essentially, where no matter what the treatment, the child still wants to please and get love from their parents. Like, dogs basically do the same thing. This is just so sad and depressing. So fucking sad and depressing. Okay, just to clarify, why? Why get just gonna stop the weight? Because status, ego. Dogs are popular. Everybody loves dogs. I mean, you can see in his old stream, he had an alert for, well, there was one that had his old dog, and there's one that has Kaya as well. When everybody subs, it makes them more human and personal. It's in one of these clips I had as an example. Oh, they literally right there, had it already paused. But they're in the corner. Like, it makes them more human and personal, more appealing. Everybody loves dogs in the Western world. And he is appealing to a Western audience, even though he's a Turk himself. Because communism is, unfortunately, really appealing to the Western mindset, especially the Western white women. So, it's just a prop. It's just a toy to him. Absolutely means nothing. By the way, what happened to this dog? How long ago was this? I don't know what happened to his old dog. I don't know all the deep Hasan lore. I'm assuming it probably just died. It's also a big dog. Big dogs die sooner than little dogs do. So, but at the same time, based off what we've seen how he treats Kaya and how his old dog, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't exactly a natural death after all. Like I said, I usually don't like just labeling somebody blanket statement and constantly insulting them because that weakens the argument when there are valid arguments to attack somebody. Hasan is one I will make an exception for because there's so many issues with him that and pretty much nobody likes him unless you're already a Hasan supporter. I mean, even people like Destiny don't like him, and Destiny's another filthy fucking leftist as well. Only people that like Hasan are basically already his base that he already has, and this whole animal controversy that he's got is helping him lose that base too. Not by much, mind you. There are still plenty of leftists out there playing ball for him, but Hasan's not a good person.